of Australia's finest there, and Nathan Corbett was with him. Not quite sure as who he is tipping in our main event, and that is what we are building to. John Wayne Parr and the preacher Bruce McPhee. Right now, a light heavyweight contest, an interstate battle. Kool as Kim Olsen entering the ring now from the Riddler's Gym in WA, and his opponent, the hometown boy, celebrating fight number 51, Triple D, Dirty Danny Derdowski. Look at the crowd here at Chandler. While a lot of other combat sports are struggling for bums on seats, that is not the case in the Muaythai capital of the Southern Hemisphere.
Well, this is going to be certainly an interesting affair. Olsen, Derdowski, of course, this one sponsored by the great M's, Triple M. A big thank you to Graham Burke and all the crew at Triple M, always behind evolution in the fight sports.
One of the long-term supporters of the industry, Graham Burke and the crew from Triple M, and we are underway in the light heavyweight division. 79 kilogram limit in the white and red, Triple D and Kim Olsen in the white and blue. Trained by Rich Walsh from the Urban Fight Gym right here in Queensland is Derdowski.
Of course, Derdowski now training with Richard Walsh and main sparring partner of the Carnage, Nathan Corbett. So certainly he will be tested in sparring absolutely every day of the week, fronting up against the great man Carnage. And Carnage, of course, with that another world title quest in his sights, is certainly hitting his form at the right time and absolutely demolishing anyone that steps in the ring with him. I look forward to seeing the Carnage on the Gold Coast on the next Evolution event. It's going to be something special, Andy. Yeah,
it certainly will be, and we'll see one of his last opponents a little bit later on tonight in Cedric NTG. Of course, two were finalists in the 8-man eliminator in Melbourne mid-year, and Cedric up, in fact, next against Eric Nosa in the super heavyweight division. We are light heavy at the moment. 15 minutes is the journey. Dominating that centre portion of the ring is Triple D.
Certainly Olsen, with Riddler in his corner, made the long trip over from WA, but WA is got to be one of the strongest fighting or Muay Thai states in the country, along with Queensland. So whenever you see a Queenslander fighting a fighter from Western Australia or Perth, you know you're going to be in for a tough fight because they're well proficient in fighting under full Thai rules.
Yeah, per capita, no doubt, leading the brigade. They certainly have come on in the last decade or so, our boys from the West, and mounting a challenge here tonight to Queensland's long-standing dominance. Back in that centre portion of the ring, Derdowski conceding a slight height and reach advantage to Kim Olsen. In his 36th fight, the current WMC Australian Super Middleweight champ. Inside leg kick was a nice one from Derdowski.
Nice head attack, and then bringing the knees up underneath. And again, just confounding the opponent. When you start to bomb in with the hands and then clench your knee, they're really not sure what area to defend. So good textbook stuff from Olsen.
Always differing theories, Mark, about the opening round of a contest. Do you show genuine variation without the power and try and get your opponent second guessing, or do you strategize and just look at one part of the body or one part of the target zone and aim solely there?
Well, I think it really depends on what you're strongest in and what they are, and you know, you form your, I suppose, your formula for the fight from that. If your opponent's propping maybe on one leg when you come forward with it, you know you can chop low and take out the supporting leg. If they cover their head and take their vision, then you know you've got a clear shot to the body. So it really depends on your opponent. Look at that nice neck crank there from Olsen. Sends the Derdowski down, and that will score well for him. 1-2 combination. Olsen bangs the knee in underneath, and the Derdowski will need to pick up the pace a little bit. This one, again, sensationally matched, nice and even. Chopping low goes Triple D, and Olsen answering. A real arm wrestle, this one. 1 for 1 all the way, Andy.
Yeah, it certainly was a difficult opening round to score here at L heavyweight. Round 2, 2 of 5. Outside leg kick, the initial shot for the second round from Derdowski. Fighting from his heels, from the ropes, is Olsen, the Western Australian. Gee, they are quick legs from the Queenslander. Happy to switch positions too. Standing in that southpaw stance. Right leg forward, right arm forward. Now switches back to more traditional orthodox stance. So a switch hitter. Comfortable both.
Nice sticky jab there from Olsen as well. He's got good height and reach, but perhaps just a little taller than Derdowski, and using those straight punches nicely. Straight through the guard again, short right hand.
Yeah, little elbow there from Kim Olsen. Just scrape the target zone.
You see the guys just jostling for position in the clinch, trying to get the head control, and pretty much negating each other.
That left leg and that left thigh of Danny Derdowski, I think, starting to hurt big time already. Has taken a couple of looks over at his corner already. Richard Walsh, the principal there, of course. Maybe that also a reason that he's moving into a position like this, trying to protect that leg. Moving back into the southpaw stance, into orthodox.
For that again, chopping low kick from Derdowski onto Olsen. Looking for the short upper elbow, out of range was Derdowski.
Can be an ugly looking shot, that upper elbow, if you don't get it right. It can also leave you very vulnerable defensively. Nice long punching. It was from Derdowski.
Quality angle we're getting a look at now. Right inside the ring. You can see exactly what each man is looking to aim for.
Break it up, back center, guys, back center.
And Andy, it's good to have you back, sitting ringside with my good self. Back in the Muay Thai action. You've been a little bit amiss lately, gone to the boxing, but I'm sure you'll find that the boys' hand skills can match it with the best of them.
You are exactly right. It is a pleasure to be back alongside my long-time buddy. And may not be appearing on TV screens all the time with the Muay Thai, but certainly an avid follower on Fox Sports and Fuel. There is not a card televised in the land, probably for the last decade, that I've missed.
And as you stated earlier, well, a lot of other fighting styles are struggling. Muay Thai and certainly Evolution are at their peak, and we're witnessing now just why. It's action from the very first fight, absolutely every event. And look at Derdowski now opening up, dropping body shot. Olsen tried to counter with the uppercut elbow. A lot of strategy, a lot of thought process behind absolutely everything these two men are doing, Andy.
In particular, Derdowski in the red corner and fighting from the Urban Fight Gym. A lot of switch hitting. Is it confusing? Perhaps the West Australian Kim Olsen, as we take a look at a few of the highlights from the second round. Really pummeling their 4 chest and arm position as we prepare for round number 3 at the Chandler Arena. Tipping 5,000 people in attendance for a domestic super show.
Absolutely, everyone getting their money's worth. And we hope wherever you're watching, you're enjoying the action as much as we are. Again, Olsen opened up. Rapid fire hand combinations, bringing the legs through underneath. Derdowski tonight, for mine, is not as explosive as I'm used to seeing. But perhaps it's...
Perhaps a little cautious, Hammer?
Yeah, perhaps a little cautious. I was just about to say perhaps it's because Olsen's not allowing him to fully open up and wail down on him with those big bombs.
He also has to be careful about his approach into an offensive situation. The fact he's conceding some height and reach advantage to the Western Australian. He can't come in with that reckless abandon or that uncontrolled aggression that we've seen in fights past.
Look at that beautiful right hand to Derdowski, but those long arms of Olsen just have a great retaliation. Straight back, long range, beautiful stuff. Again, another tall fighter that fights very well and uses his reach to its full advantage.
Beautiful left hook there from Derdowski, then took his attack to the body. So a beautiful changing of levels. Nice outside leg kick. Again, the target zone just above the knee, and that's where it hurts at its most. Ooh, good right hand from Olsen. Over the top of the left shoulder and around that left glove. Knees on the inside.
Short elbow.
The boys are very busy on the inside. Too many times in combat sports you see, or have seen in the past, both fighters or one fighter really using the inside as an opportunity just to rest and get a few deep breaths. Not these two.
Derdowski, you can just see the thought process in his mind now. I'm going to throw that elbow. And Olsen.
I've caught your right leg and now look out.
You just see him ready to unload. Nice chopping low kick, and that's all going to score well for Derdowski. Those unanswered low kicks to the lead thigh of Olsen.
Oh! A big left from Dirty Dan.
Now Derdowski's starting to really put his authority on Olsen as Olsen makes a liar out of him and just sends him down from the clinch. So just when you think the fight's going one way, the other fighter will level it right up.
But a huge momentum shift in the last 30 seconds. In fact, two of them, because here comes Derdowski one more time.
Just a real good fight of strategy and strength. Neither fighter willing to give it up.
That inside leg kick, that echoed around the entire state of Queensland. It was a beaut.
I tell you what, if this was tennis, this would be an awesome rally.
Stop, let go, boys.
Just going back and
Both
forward.
sitting on the baseline, just smashing away. You're getting your money's worth here at light heavyweight. Once again, this fight sponsored and proudly by our very good friends at Triple M.
Once again, tried for the step through knee did Olsen. Derdowski answered with a low kick. Olsen upstairs, they clinch up. Short elbow from Olsen, big elbow from Derdowski. Straight right, and you'll see Olsen just pop his jab. But Derdowski looking again for that upper elbow, but Olsen well aware of what Derdowski's got and just sends him down off the clinch.
Wait.
Round number 4, they touch him up at close quarters. We're back into it, looking for that front kick initially. Is Kim Olsen just to try and perhaps create some space. But going to the body and effectively Derdowski. Good use of the left hand from the Western Australian there. The momentum shifts aren't by the minute, they're almost by the 5-second bracket.
Exactly right, just combo for combo. And it's just who's getting more strikes through cleanly in those combination exchanges. Beautiful uppercut, round kick. Olsen, Derdowski chops low, comes with a hook, changing again his levels of attack. Tried for the step through elbow, but Olsen just gives it room, steps back. He's really not phased, he's not panicking, and that is, I think, part of what's forming such a great strategy from the Western Australian.
Getting close to the business end of the night, our semi-main event, Robbie Filipponi and Frankie Georgie. But the main event, the one you're watching to see, take 3, McPhee and Parr. I cannot wait. Front kick there. Following through with a right round kick to the thigh, and that left leg. Look at the welts on the left leg of Blue Trunks Kim Olsen.
Well, looking at the international kickboxer ratings, you've got Kim Olsen, who's sitting at number 3 in the super middleweight division, the 76 kilo division, and then you've got also sitting at number 3 in the light heavyweight division, Triple D, Danny Derdowski. So they're both on the cusp of riding on top of their rankings.
In fact, the super middleweight in Olsen weighed in heavier than the light heavyweight Derdowski.
So no doubt he's stepped up to the next division, and it's going to be interesting to see how the record is reflected when this fight's done and the rankings are recalibrated. International Kickboxer Magazine or internationalkickboxermagazine.com. Check out the website and you'll see the rankings on there, see where all the fighters nationally are sitting.
Are there any pictures of you, Hammer?
Hopefully not. Because I don't want to scare the kids.
Stop! Break it up, boys.
Breaking it up. And back into it we go. Two of them fighting in the right spirit. In fact, it's something we've seen tonight. Not only just tonight, but throughout the entire revolution. Left elbow there from Olsen. Just scraped the chin of Derdowski. Beautiful straight left jab. Following through with the right hand when the hands dropped of the local boy.
Well, it's really coming down to who wants it more now. They've had a real war from the very first round, and no doubt the lactic acid is now kicking in. The muscles are becoming sore and fatigued, and this is where the fight game turns into a mental game now. You really got to start to back yourself mentally and think, I can do this. I'm going to throw down for the last round and give it my all. And in a fight this close, that can sometimes be what gets you over the line.
I would hate to be scoring this. My maths is bad to 5 as it is, but I would hate to be scoring this.
Okay.
But if your maths are bad, my maths are terrible.
The whole fight out, stay behind
But it's so close. Look at that beautiful catch.
Lovely.
But Olsen bends the knee and shuts down the negation of the catch.
Really protected himself from the right hand or right elbow of Derdowski. Derdowski compromised.
Last round.
Came through with the left elbow. Didn't have the volume, turned right up on it though. This is the 5th and final round. 2 exhausted warriors centering. Kim Olsen in the blue, Danny Derdowski in the red. Light heavyweight, they have put on quite a show on Evolution 21.
I tell you what, this is the 5th and final round, Andy, and it's almost going to be the defining round. So whoever grabs this one by the throat and gives it a shake-up, I reckon we'll almost get the nod on this fight.
Fight is there to be won at this point in time. Kick to the rib cage and the receipt. Initially Derdowski, secondly by Olsen.
Stop. Turn around.
Referee in to separate. The clinch got a little on the ugly side. Seen several different transitions and momentum shifts. Currently holding that centre ring position. The dominant position is Kim Olsen. Normally a pretty accurate reflection of mindset, of confidence and of flow of the match. And it's Olsen now on the front foot.
Well, Olsen, and of course, comes from a long line of fighting family. The Fighting Olsens from WA have been around for a long time. So a wealth of experience in that heritage. But Derdowski, of course, been around forever and a day. Originally from Strike Sports Gym on the Gold Coast. Been former trainer Mark Pease. And Derdowski shared many a war, and no doubt now with Richard Wally Walsh and Carnage in his corner, Derdowski's set for a new era or a different era. And certainly tonight he's been tested, well tested by Olsen.
Yeah, stop, break it up. Wait.
We continue on. This is the 5th and final round. Both boys are spent. A little bit of talk pre-fight about how the rise in weight would affect in the latter rounds. Kim Olsen, it doesn't seem to be detrimental to him at the moment. In fact, having put on a couple of kilos, I would suggest he looks a little fresher late doors.
Well, he does, and certainly using that reach nicely. Straight punching, really straight down the pipe. And that's pinged Derdowski a little bit, but Derdowski is made up for it and more with aggression. He's in your face, and he's not scared to exchange and let the fight become an elbow fest if that's the way it's going to go. And that's one reason why I really like watching Derdowski, because he'll get in there and he'll give absolutely every fight a red hot go.
He just wants to fight. He just wants to fight, and he has been accommodated tonight by a very calculated and very effective Kim Olsen. Look, we don't know the decision just yet. It's only a matter of minutes away. I've got one word for you already, Hammer. Rematch.
Rematch. And they'll probably do it in Perth. I see Riddler put his promoter's hat on and start to sign this one up, I reckon, immediately. But Derdowski sustained a fairly nasty cut on the left cheek. I think that could have been a short right elbow, or perhaps, perhaps a short elbow there, but nasty little cut Derdowski will take away as a souvenir of this fight.
And that's where he got that souvenir, Hammer. You're exactly right. A little short right elbow before launching a body attack.
After 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. It is a split decision. Your winner, red corner, the Triple D, Dirty Danny Derdowski.
Oh, Perry Cale, save your voice. You're going to need it a little later, but Triple D, Danny Derdowski collects the hardware in what was a quality light heavyweight matchup.